Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you've ever felt like you were shrinking yourself to fit into a family that didn't see you, this story is for you. Please hit that subscribe button, it helps me know these stories resonate. I stood in my parents' opulent, suffocating living room with my designer suitcase at my feet. My mother's voice sliced through the tension. Apologize to your sister right now or you are banned from the wedding. My father, Arthur, nodded beside her, his expression hard. We won't have you ruining Serena's big day with your petty jealousy, Chloe. I looked at my younger sister, Serena, draped dramatically on the velvet couch. She gave me a slow, triumphant smirk. I tightened my grip on the handle of my suitcase. My response wasn't a plea or a protest. It was a declaration. Fine, I'm done. I walked out. Behind me, the sound of my parents' frustrated shouting faded into the ringing silence of my own relief. My name is Chloe Hayes. I'm 29, a senior engineering manager at a demanding tech firm. My salary is excellent, and my independence is earned. My sister, Serena, is 25. She was 2 months away from a massive 300-guest wedding. Serena was the golden child, the social, dramatic one who always needed support. I was the foundation, the reliable one who put herself through college, bought her own condo, and never asked for a dime. When Serena was between careers, my parents paid her rent. They bankrolled her entire lavish engagement party. I never complained. Until the endless demands for the wedding began. 2 weeks before the wedding, my family gathered for the final planning summit. I arrived on time, bringing Serena a personalized leather-bound wedding journal I'd spent weeks crafting. She barely glanced at it. Oh, thanks, I guess. I offered to coordinate the intricate vendor schedule. I'm a project manager. It's my expertise. Serena snapped. I don't need you taking over. This is my wedding. My mother, Eleanor, intervened. Let Serena handle it, Chloe. You always make things about you. Later, Serena presented the bridesmaid dress options. She pointed directly at me. You're wearing this one. She displayed a terrible, unflattering, mustard yellow sheath. The other 6 bridesmaids, Serena's friends, were wearing elegant, flowing, emerald green gowns. I kept my voice low. Why am I in a different dress? Serena shrugged, a casual cruelty in her voice. It suits you better. And, she added, not meeting my eyes, you're not in any of the bridal party photos, just the main family portraits. I don't want the aesthetic unbalanced. My voice cracked slightly. I'm your sister. Yeah, but you're not really part of the vision. My parents said nothing. I walked outside, stood by the window, and heard them clearly. She's so sensitive. Honestly, I don't even want her there. Serena laughed. My father's low voice followed. She'll get over it. She always does. My mother confirmed the verdict. Chloe's just jealous. She's not the center of attention for once. My hands started shaking. That was it. That was their truth. The final confrontation came the next day. My parents demanded an apology. When I refused to apologize for asking a question about a dress, my father laid down the ultimate law. Then you're not coming to the wedding. I was already gone. But they weren't done trying to extract their pound of flesh. They called again, not to apologize, but to talk about the gift. We need to discuss the wedding gift, my father said cold. His voice cold. Serena mentioned you're giving $5,000. We're counting on it for the honeymoon upgrade. I froze. I never said that. It's the least you can do after all the stress you've caused, my mother interrupted. I'm not giving anything if I'm not invited. I stated. Serena grabbed the phone, yelling, You're so selfish! This is my wedding! I hung up, shaking, but the panic was quickly replaced by exhilarating clarity. They were trying to guilt me into funding a wedding I was banned from. They didn't know I had been planning my exit for weeks. I had $30,000 in savings and a fully remote work contract. I booked a flight to the Maldives, 2 weeks, private bungalow, total cost, $8,000. The exact amount I would have spent on the ugly dress, travel, and the excessive gift. The night before I flew, I sent a single text to the family group chat. I won't be apologizing. I also won't be attending. Enjoy the wedding. Then I executed the quietest, most financially devastating move. I removed myself from all the family shared accounts. The phone plan, Netflix, iCloud storage, the family VPN. I'd been paying for it all for 3 years, over $4,000 a year, and they hadn't even noticed. Now, the bills were back on their plates. The day before the wedding, my phone was officially disconnected. My mother showed up at my condo. My best friend Jenna answered the door. "Chloe is traveling," she said with a sweet smile. "Where?" my mother demanded. Jenna shrugged. "She didn't say." I was sipping an icy passion fruit cocktail, watching the Indian Ocean turn to liquid sapphire. The family panic began the day of the wedding. My cousins saw my Instagram story, a photo of my bare, tan feet on white sand, a turquoise lagoon stretching to the horizon. Caption, "Finally putting myself first." The family group chat exploded. Serena's perfect day was already ruined, and the extended family started questioning my parents' version of events. I returned 2 weeks later, refreshed, sun-kissed, and utterly immune to their manufactured drama. My parents and Serena stormed my condo. "Do you have any idea what you did?" my father bellowed. "I took a vacation," I replied calmly. "You humiliated us," my mother's voice shook. I pulled out my phone. I showed them the receipts for the shared family accounts. I covered $4,000 a year in family expenses for 3 years, and I canceled everything before I left. My father stammered, "You were helping the family." "No," I cut him off. My voice sharp. "I was being used. There's a difference." Serena, her voice small and broken, tried the final plea. "You're still my sister. And you treated me like I didn't matter," I countered. "So I left." I showed them the Maldives photos. I spent $8,000 on myself. Best money I ever spent. I met my father's eyes, the moment heavy with the weight of 30 decades of silent obedience. I'm not apologizing. Not now. Not ever. If you want me in your life, you apologize. They left in stunned silence. Weeks passed. They sent tentative, humbled apologies. I took my time responding. Eventually, I met them for coffee. They admitted their favoritism, their wrongdoing. I set non-negotiable boundaries, equal respect, zero financial demands, and no more manipulation. I spent the next year traveling, Iceland, the Swiss Alps, and focusing on my career and therapy. I finally understood. I never needed their approval. I just needed my own. If you've ever had to stand up to family betrayal, tell me your story in the comments. Where are you watching from? I always check. Hit subscribe because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away.